Hello everybody. Welcome to a brand new contained game within the Unknown Gaming Labs. And we are going to be studying this for some time. The game is known as Dredge. Dredge is a wonderful game, some kind of low poly. It has its own thing here. But it's quite an interesting game. I've played this a lot on my phone as well. I've played a good chunk of this on mine to kind of get the beginning of this going, to kind of understand how the game works and stuff like that. And I believe this game is going to be quite fun for the channel. This game is replacing today, Tuesday. We're no longer doing Terraria Tuesdays right now. That's going to be saved for live streams more than likely with me, Eric, and Kendall. But for right now, we are going to be playing Dredge. This game does have an end to the storyline, so we're going to be doing this, getting this done, taken care of, and we're going to study this so that we can understand it more while it's in containment. We're going to play it as much as we like. So, we're going to get going here. We're going to do new empty save file here. We're going to get moving. Oh, look at that sun. Look at its setting. That's not good. Job listing. Angler wanted. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I might need to turn up the volume a little bit. Uh-oh. We crashed. Uh-oh. Oh, look at the lighthouse. We're good. We're alive. The morning light fills your eyes and you try to sit upright. You're lying on the cold, wet dock where you collapsed the night before. A short man is shouting orders at a handful of workers disembarking from a boat nearby, and the man notices you. Welcome to Greater Motto. I must say, quite a dramatic first impression. I see you have already introduced yourself to the jagged rocks along the bay. I don't know how to do a voice for this guy. Did you not see the lighthouse? It was shining right at you. Well, I'm glad to see our new fisherman upright and breathing. Your boat was hopelessly damaged, but I've had a few of the locals move your things to one of our old vessels. We'll catch up later to discuss more details. I'll let you get out there to catch some fish, see if you can fill your cargo while you get your bearings in the light. Finally, I don't suppose I need to say this, but get back by sundown before the fog rolls in. Keep a close eye on the time. It can really creep up on you. Yeah, I need to... just a little bit here. Okay, well, let's get moving. Okay, so the game's going to kind of go over how to play it. So A, D, W, whatever. Adjust the camera, adjust the height. Move to a fishing spot. There's one right here. Want the music down just a little bit. That is a little loud. Press F to start fishing. So we do have to hit on these greens here to get them, and then we will get it on our thingamajiggy. Right click to rotate, and we place it in our thing here. Okay. So give me a minute. Let me go do some fishing, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. So with that mid-fishing, I did press tab, and I did realize we can catch as many as we want, and we'll be fine. There are a couple of DLCs we're playing with here, which is the Pale Reach, the Iron Rig as well. So we're doing the complete edition game. This is our current map and all the good stuff like that. As you see, it actually is fairly big, I assume. Yeah, I can't go up any farther than that. We do have message in a bottles, notes and journals. Then we do have an encyclopedia, so this will tell you about the fish. So as you see here, I caught a blue mackerel. So we're going to head back here because it doesn't look like we need to be out here for very long. At the very top of my screen, you do see that you can see that it is daytime. I see a little question mark here. Boop. Floating buoy. It serves to mark safe passage past dangerous rocks and obscured hazards. Its dim light also provides a brief respite in the gloom of the night. Now, as you see, I'm not moving. The day is not proceeding, but the moment I start turning or moving, it automatically starts the time. So we do have to bear that in mind as well. Time only advances when you're moving fish or you're taking other specific actions, just like that. Yeah, so I just explained that. Thanks. So we're going to dock here. Just like that. Step out of the dock at Grey Tomorrow. The mayor is waiting nearby. Ah, I see you've returned in one piece. Very good. Before you head off to town, we should discuss the matter of your boat. As I mentioned earlier, your old boat was too badly damaged to be repaired. However, I'm more than happy to sell you that replacement vessel yours to own. I understand you may not have the necessary funds on hand, so we'll consider it a loan. But I want to make this easy for you. Until your debtors are paid, a tiny portion of your fish sales will go towards paying it off. A small amount of interest will go towards improving the town. So to recap, you'll need to sell the fish to the local market, paying off your debt, and in turn keeping the population fed and satisfied. Understand? Cool. Off you go then. Sell those fish while they're still fresh. So we do have a storage here, so we can actually put stuff in my storage locker. And as you see here, the quest is updated for the core pursuits. We need to go to the fishmonger. You enter a squalid shack on the fringe of the marketplace. The familiar smell of fish fills the air. Flies buzz haphazardly around a downcast man behind the counter.
You're the new fisherman, eh? Surprised they found a new one so fast.
What happened to the other one?
He took a certain type of person to... It takes a certain type of person to last out here. It's not a life for everyone.
Anyway, to business. I'll pay you for fish. Bigger, fresher means more money. Some species are just worth more kill. Other towns and other islands might pay you different, but while you still have got a debt outstanding here, I'd suggest you work on paying it off first. So let's see what you got. We're going to sell this boy. Sell all fish, hold F. Perfect. We're going to return to town. Mayor is standing outside the fishmonger store. Excellent work. I have no doubt you'll be able to provide for this town. Look here, I found this down by the dock. I'm sure someone like you could make something out of it. Why don't you take it? Sure. So we'll talk about that in a second. Oh, one last thing. Our local shipwright mentioned she might be able to make some modifications to your ship. You should pay her a visit. So this is the shipwrights area over here. As you walk into the yard, you see the shipwright making repairs to a damaged hull. She looks at you briefly before turning back to her work. You must be the new fisherman. I can make improvements to your vessel in the yard. Mind you, I'm not in the business of doing favors around here. Payment is up front. Everything takes some time to install. Also, if you take on any damage from the rocks or any damage at all, I can patch it up mostly. She shrugs and gestures towards the hull she's currently attempting to repair. A number of wooden boards, all well above the water line, are splintered and scratched. Take a look around. Just remember, the bigger the equipment, the longer it takes to install, so plan ahead. So first thing I want to mention is this research part, this piece here. So there is research in this game to get bigger and better equipment. As you see as well on the ship, we do have hooks. So that is for these fishing rods here. And as you'll see here, this fishing rod right here says it catches coastal. Install time 2 hours. We already have it installed. Status, fishing speed, splintered and fragile. This rod is only capable of catching the smallest of fish. But then if we go on to these other ones, this is shallows. So eventually we will want to upgrade into these. There are engines that we could do, as right now we have a peculiar engine here, while there's a rusty outerboard one. There's no nets, but there are lights we can also install as well on here, and we are going to want to upgrade into that soon. For research, we're going to click right here on these cogs. This is going to say the research needed. As you see here, we have one research part, so we have it in our inventory. We can research either a hydraulic rod or we can research improved on outboard engine. So plus 15 knots, so efficient propeller design makes this a reasonable engine for those on a budget. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get the hydraulic rod. Very easy. Now it's for sale. So now if we go back to the shipwright, she can sell it right here for 410. We would put it right there. But for right now, we need to get out and go start catching fish. So we're going to go out just a little bit deeper water. Now, as you see, there is other fish spots kind of wiggling around over there. We do have this one. That one I fish to low. You can fish these completely clean. You don't want to do that. So as you see here, this is coastal. So we're going to pull this boy up. Boop. And boop. And boop. No. And boop. And oh my God. And boop. Boop there. Holy. Do it again. Nope. Oh. Oh. There. So as you see here, the stock was depleted, so I did fish that, and now it is gone. So select your lights by holding E, and then you can toggle them on. This is also a wheel. As you see in the bottom left corner, it does flip to something else. So I can hold right click for the scope. There's a foghorn. And there's the light. I can turn the light on and off. It's a very general, small light, but we're going to keep it anyway. Now, as you see, we don't have shallow to get this disturbed water, so we're going to kind of keep on going here. It is a little bit of a nighttime, so we're going to just kind of dredge around a little bit. Encyclopedia, cod, that's this one right here. Now, as you saw in that one, hold on, there's aberrations. So we can get different variants of fish depending on how we catch them, and that's typically going to be, there we go, the golden ones. Let me see here, like that right there. So as you see, this one's actually, it is a golden one. It's not an aberration one. I apologize. There we are. And I'm going to leave this here so that it can replenish. Exposure to fog and other things increases your panic. So as you see my eye at the very top, bright lights and sleep will reduce it. So if I turn this off, my panic can go up significantly faster. But for now, light is exactly how it is. Now, I did not do a solo bro review on this because I did want this to be a series. And I just didn't know really how or when to put the series up there. Now's the time. So we're going to do that. And we're going to go to the fishmonger. Have you seen that strange red light at night? It seems to be rising from the west. We'll talk about that too. So debt adjusted, minus 1186. We're going to exit. Now we have 32 left. We're going to rest here. So as you see right there in the background, there's a red light. Technically we can go there at night, but we don't have the ability to do that because we'll panic and shit ourselves basically. So let's get moving. Let's see, cabin. Encyclopedia. There is our thing here. We got a 1 foot 1 incher. This game's music is very peaceful. I like this game's music a lot. So let's get this boy right here. These flounders. We don't have shallow hook. That's fine. That's okay. Now we will have to eventually replace our fishing rods and we'll have to keep moving. There's a fish. There's a bottle. I see a bottle. And I keep trucking. We'll go over here in a second as well. There is other stuff as well like that you can dredge up, but we do not have a dredger on our ship yet. So this is all going to be a little later in the game. Now I did not play very far into the game, but I know a little bit of how to do stuff. So 21st August 1927. Go to the messages. We had a slight accident yesterday around the shallows at the back of the Greater Morrow. A rock seemingly appeared out of nowhere and struck the front of the boat. It did not penetrate the hull, but it jostled us around and a few items fell overboard into the water. We did not see what they were, which is of some concern, but we believe all important articles are accounted for. He has been checking over some notes from the boat renaming ceremony. He is paranoid that he performed the steps incorrectly. I have never known him to be so superstitious. The game's starting to get a little interesting. Now we're kind of knowing a little bit. So we're going to keep going here. We're going to kind of do some fishing. Now, he did say you could go to other fishmongers and sell them. I'm not going to sell to the fishmonger over here. There's no point. Is this another flounder? Yeah, I can't get that. So we'll go over to this one. Nope, that's more flounder. I'll come back to that one later. Let's grab this boy. Sure. There we go. And then we'll do it again. Now, as you see there, it says stock medium. That does change as you fish, so you do have to pay attention to the... Ooh. Pay attention to that as well. Now, as you see here, the fish doesn't disappear when it hits the very bottom. It just takes longer to catch them. And then it gets to nighttime faster, which you don't really want, and that's okay. So we'll kind of keep going here, and we'll keep fishing. So, oh, I got one. You're not an aberration. You're just an award-winning one. Okay. I depleted that one faster than I thought. That's okay. Some of these I will purposely deplete. Ah, there's another bottle. I want it. I don't care if it's nighttime. I don't care if it's nighttime. We'll handle the night later. Okay. As the fog creeps in here. 20th August 1927. Whoa. Morning of the second day of the honeymoon in our first day proper. Today we're sailing around the islands and inlets at the back of the Greater Morrow. I love the rocks here. The layers and colors are so striking. Furthermore, the fishing is relatively poor in these shallows, so I know he will keep his hands on the wheel instead of the rods. He renamed the boat last night Julie. He did a fancy renaming ceremony and everything. I think he took that more seriously than the wedding. Supposedly, it's very important to perform it correctly, lest you want ill fortune to follow the vessel. He wanted to throw away everything with the old name on it, but I kept the keychain Ocean's Riches. Ocean's Riches was a good name. I think he has prepared a surprise picnic lunch. I could see the basket half hidden, stuffed under a blanket at the front of the cabin. I love it when he tries to be so romantic. Oh, so he married the person on the boat. Now, see, we can't really see the lights all that well, so we got to kind of go to that lighthouse. But we have to be very prepared because, see, we can't really see what's around us. I saw something shining. I see it. The lighthouse towers above. Waves crash endlessly against the perilous rocks below. All creatures, human or otherwise, would have their brittle bodies broken and thrown at its feet. You ponder the intrinsic power of this structure. A vast column of stone, shouldering the responsibility of countless lives. How long will it stand? How long until it decays into ruin, its purpose exhausted? The lighthouse towers above. All right, let's get back in here before our panic kind of sets in farther. Now, what's really nice about this is there is no set time when things close, so you can go to the fishmonger at 1 in the morning for all they care. You do need sleep, though, because your panic needs to be reduced, so we're going to go to the fishmonger. I've had a special order come through from a customer. If you can fulfill it, I'll pay you above the normal price. Tell me about the order. They asked for 1 Gulf flounder and 1 great eel. Just bring them when you have them. You'll need to have a rod that can handle shallow water fish in order to catch those. The shipwright should be able to sort that out for you. If you're ever hunting for specific species, check your encyclopedia. It could have the information you need. So we're going to sell this now. Get that done. We only owe 18 left, so we're going to go back to the shipwright. So he said we need shallow. So let's see. Let's grab a weighted line. We'll just install that. Takes 3 hours. Time proceeds. There we go. Now we can catch shallow. A hunched woman approaches you from the steps of the lighthouse. She stops some distance away and looks at you with concern and visible apprehension. Why are you here? I've come to fish. I've come to see the area. There's nothing here for someone like you anymore. Do yourself a favor and move on. She turns and shuffles back along the path that leads to the light. We're going to rest. Red light back there. Now we're going to get moving again. And undock, tab, cabin, pursuits. So we just need a flounder and an eel. We'll get that today. I think. We should be able to. I think the eels are over there and the flounders are right there. Yeah. So we'll get over here. We'll grab this boy. Now, like the guy said, the bigger the fish, the better the prices for everything. We need... You're a square boy. I kind of forgot about you. Sure. Got 2 flounders. And then we'll go over here and grab these eels. I don't want to finish the stupid thing there. What's that? Encyclopedia. Here's the flounder. So it does tell you kind of where it is. Rod, trawl, pots, all the stuff like that. It does tell you when they spawn. So daytime. So we're going to kind of come back over here. And we're going to go get the eel. Ah, damn it. I forgot this one. There we go. And we're going to rotate. And rotate. And we're gonna get this one all caught. There we go. Do that. And then you know what? We'll go get 1 more flounder. Why not? Make it good. Make it good today. And then we'll fish up the rest of that little school of fish right there. Then we'll come back over to here. That one. Come on. Much better. Now, Dredge is an older game. It's a few years old, or a couple years old at least, so that everybody knows it's not a new game or anything like that. But if you do want to see it, of course, the link will be in the description for it, so you can come view the containment yourself. and play it however you wish. Now, okay, cool. All right, let's go back to the fishmonger here. Okay. Fishmonger. Have you got any fish for that order? Yep. We got flounder. Nope. We got eel. The fishmonger wraps us with fish and hands you money. Good, good. They should be pleased with these. Got another order here. This one's a little more curious. They want a couple of squid and a whole black grouper. Don't see many people fishing squid these days. They only feed at night. And, well, you know what nights are like around here. Good luck. Cool. We're going to sell all this. We're going to finish my loan, I think. Nope, we got $4 left. That's fine. Shipwright. I need a light at some point. Ah, those are 100. Damn. I don't have 100. Do I have 100? I do. I would honestly rather have the cloudy lens versus the cracked bulb, just because it's probably a little better. Now the mayor is talking to us, just the person I was hoping to see. Will you be sailing out east towards Little Morrow? Would you give this package to the dock worker there, please? Yeah, sure, why not? Mayor hands you a small, damp package bound in string. It's dripping slightly. The dock worker will pay you upon delivery. Please be quick about it. I don't want it to spoil. Don't forget to check your compass and map if you get lost. So Little Morrow is that place across the way. This is Big Morrow. That's Little Morrow right there in front of us. Right there. Right there. Right over there. Yeah, honkity honk honk. Oh, I kind of forgot that this is pretty good. Blue mackerels, yeah, I don't care. There we go. Okay. Now, of course, later in the game, your ship can get many more upgrades that you can do. And of course, same thing, cabin map. We've learned that place, encyclopedia, squid, shoots, deliver the package, 2 squid and 1 black grouper. Yeah, sure. Okay. We'll probably do that tomorrow when I get the new thing. What? A delivery? Let's see here. He tears a small hole in the paper and peeks inside. Can't say for sure, but it feels as though he's shielding it from your view. Yeah, nice and fresh. That'll do nicely. I'm going to pay you, I suppose. He hands you some money. I was given this old book a few weeks back, but it didn't make much sense to me. You'll surely get more use out of it. He pulls a crumpled book from his back pocket and hands it to you. A number of the pages are folded over. Keep it in your cabin. Perhaps you could read it while you're on the water. Stop by for a chat anytime. I know how lonely it could be. So we can sleep anywhere we want if it has a rest symbol. Now, he did say to check our cabin. So we now have a research, how I like to see it, in quotes. So right here is a book. We can left click to read it, and it says, okay, well, you've selected this book to read it, so you need a pastime to read it. I've left click it to make it the personal one. It is sustainable fishing, so we're going to do that. We're going to hit rest. We're going to let the day go by. There we are. Don't think we're done with that yet. No, we're not. So that's going to continue to do its thing as needed. So if I drive around a little bit here, I'll tab into it in a second. As you see, it's 2% complete. So this will complete as I fish, as I do stuff. It'll do all of that on its own. Now, if I remember correctly, that's actually one that we need. So let's get some of these bad boys here. Let's grab you. There we are. There we are. Cool. Right. Let's grab some flounder, which is right here. And as you saw, that also did have a storage spot in there as well. Then we're going to do shallow. That one. That one. Yeah, we caught it. Great. There we go. Great. Right there. Got one. Got the big boy. Okay. Got a trophy. So that's what the gold is. It's trophy. I thought... No, purple is the aberration ones. That's right. If it's purple, that's an aberrant variety. All right. And boink, and boink. And boink, and boink. Beauty. right. And now we're just going to sail on back here. Now, as you did see, it did actually increase the reading. So it only does it when you're doing something else outside of sleeping. So you have to be fishing, you have to be driving, you have to be doing kind of whatever you want to do. Or kind of whatever you're doing. So let's bring this back here. And we're going to... Whoop. There you are. Fishmonger. No, not all schools of fish are the same. Some contain abnormal species purple. Sometimes you can even tell just looking from the surface. Now, all this fish is going to sell for $125. Beautiful. We're going to pay off the boat here. Mayor is walking quickly towards you. He seemed to be in a good mood with a spring in his step. Fantastic news. Thanks partially to your efforts, Greater Morrow is growing. Our town is sure to be swarming with visitors any day now. In fact, I've granted a consent. I've granted a consent for the ship. That doesn't make sense. I've granted consent for the shipwright to expand her facilities. The old dry dock is operational once again. I've also allocated some money to improve the fishmonger's services. He might have something to talk to you about soon. Keep up the good work. We're glad you've chosen to be here with us. Hello. This is the dry dock. We can make significant improvements to your vessel here. We're talking extra space, more attachment points for equipment, and even superior hulls. We'll need a decent stock of hard materials for these projects, lumber, metal scraps, that sort of thing. How do I get the materials? There's plenty of decent material around the coast from various shipwrecks and the like. I'm sure you'll find a way to get the materials assigned towards upgrades here will be stored, so don't worry if you only have half of what we need. So this is the next part where you upgrade your ship, you get new hulls, you get more space, all the stuff like that. As you see here, I'm hovering over the 2+ space rods, so it modifies 2 cargo spaces to also hold rods. Costs $95, but it needs 2 planks, 1 screw, metal scrap, and a bolt of cloth. So that's pretty much how you need, and you also need money. There's also a section here for nets. We'll talk about nets probably in the next episode. 2 engine spaces and 1 more light space. So that's primarily what that is. So we're gonna go back to the dry dock here. You don't have them all. Oh, wait, no, not dry dock. Shipwright. We need a cloudy lens. I would really like to see it nighttime. Perfect. All right. We didn't damage our ship, so we're going to kind of go back out. We're going to undock here, and we're going to head back out. Now, as you see there, we do have a light bulb right out the front. Beautiful. So this will also help us with our sanity at nighttime. So we'll be able to handle a lot of this quite easily. Give me that. Let me put you there. Okay. Let's keep sailing for a little bit here. We'll go see if we can find some... That's an eel. We don't really need that, but we need squid. Let me grab the eel here. Because these are worth a good chunk of money. Let's see. We don't need flounder. I'm just going to kind of drive around a little bit here. As you see, my eye is not flicking around as quickly. It's just looking around a little slowly. It's not as much panic. There's squid. But we need 2 of you. Do that. Much better. Now we need another fish, huh? Oh. Let's see. That is more squid. Oh, give me that. Oh, you know what? I need a grouper. That's what I need more of right now. Oh, hello. Nothing? Okay. Grouper. Need a grouper. Let's see if we can find a grouper and finish this quest today. Now we're getting into the ocean side. I don't really want to be out here as much just because there is some stuff out here we'll talk about a little later. Oh, now the eyes turned orange. It's a little more panicked, so we're going to kind of get back over here. Now, as you saw there, we didn't see that rock until it came into view of the light. Now it's gone. See? Can't see it at all. So this game definitely adds in, like, you need to pay attention to where you're going kind of deal. Is this... This is squid. That's fine. We'll just grab this squid for now. Ooh, there's an aberration. Beautiful. Yep, and my character's a little more panicked by seeing the aberration. Starting to hear some noises here. So we're going to go into the cabin. Whoops. Go to the encyclopedia. Now, oh, as you saw, there was an aberration there. I hear something. So where's the... Here it is, right here. So this is saying the brood squid. So... Same thing, the aberration comes from the squid, and the red light is kind of gone, but it's almost daytime, so let me get over to here. I want to be able to rest a little bit. Oh my, you look exhausted. You're not forgetting to get some sleep, are you? As I always say, taking frequent breaks is an important part of being productive. We're going to go to the fishmonger right quick. Have you got any fish for that order? Yes, I do. So we're going to put the squids right in here, because I am not done. All right, come back when you have everything. Now to regular business, what is it today? You hand the grotesque fish to the fishmonger. He grins, raising the fish up to his face before inhaling a deep, stuttering breath. Now that is the sort of specimen to liven up my day. I wonder. He runs his fingers firmly across the length of the fish as though feeling for something. He pushes from one side of his stomach, and a small shape can be seen against the bulging scales. He slices the fish open. From its stomach, he pulls a small piece of fabric and spreads it on the counter. It's a delicately patterned handkerchief. I've never seen that before in all my days. I'll give you this thing, and I'll pay you for the fish too, of course. It's not the first corrupted fish I've seen in these parts, so I'm sure you'll find more before too long. I'll pay you well if you find any more. Now that's 100 for everything there. So, oh, a man is looking at you through a cabin window. His face is mostly in shadow. I know what you took to the fishmonger, and I'll be clear. I know you extracted an artifact from it, and I need to inspect it, just not here. Meet me on Blackstone Isle. Head out of this bay and cut south. I have a business proposition that you'll want to hear. I'll be waiting. Now, with that being said, we are going to sleep just a little bit here. My character's going to be panicked for a little while. So, with that being said, we're going to just show the map. Gray Tomorrow, he wants us to go here where the X is. But here's our pursuits. We're going to deal with that later, and we're almost 97 complete, so we'll finish that in the next episode. So, for the first study of this game, I think we have more to study. So, following today, we're going to leave this game in containment. We're going to play it once a week, and that's going to be every single Tuesday, and this, of course, is going to be released 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So, thank you all so much for joining me on this wonderful, wonderful beginning expedition. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching this, whether it be the day or night. Remember, secure, contain, and play. Have a good one, everybody.